So Rings was directed by a director that I've never heard about before, and his name is F. Javier Gutierrez. I'm probably not saying that right whatsoever, so that's what it's called there. Now I'm just gonna say straight up, this movie generally surprised me. But don't get me wrong, this is nowhere near a great movie either. Like, I'd still say the American remake of The Ring is still better than Rings. Actually, let me just paint a picture for you. Alright, so this here is the American remake. This is Ring 2. And then this is Rings, okay? Alright, so let's start this review by stating the negatives. And one of the most obvious ones we're going to mention is the plane scene. This scene was so unnecessary and just ridiculous. So this is the movie length. Okay, this is the movie track. Alright, so see this right here in the beginning? This is the plane scene. Okay, so this is the rest of the movie, okay? The rest of the movie right here, rest of the... So, this is what you do. Unnecessary. Another flaw with this movie is I wouldn't even class as a horror. Like, I wasn't really scared. Like, I was tense and I was creeped out, but I was never scared. So, I wouldn't even call it a horror. This is a thriller drama. That is what this movie is. Unless this is like your first ever horror movie, you probably won't get that scared. Like, there's jump scares, sure, but most of them are just stupid animal jump scares. And like, I guess there was one with this woman like screaming at the camera. That's your thing. And how could I forget? That's right. There's an umbrella jump scare. I don't even know if that was meant to be a jump scare, but that sound was abnormally loud. And it was like a transition, you know, like they're talking in that. And then just poof! Let's take a step back to the American remake where they had the green color grade and it was quite, I guess, heavily contrasted, or they went back on the brightness. As you can see here, it made the movie more creepy. It added a bit more of a tense vibe to the movie. But in the new one, it doesn't have as much. It's like they held back on it. Although there was some creepy imagery, like there was one bit with this reverse rain, and there was also another bit where there was this door, and on top there was like this glass, and you couldn't really see what was on the other side. Like, it was very silhouetted, and that did really give a creepy thing. Another thing that I did visually like was, remember in the first Ring where they had flashbacks from the tape? Well, they also had this in this film, and I liked how they kept that, and it worked really well. Well, since I started mentioning some positives, let's move on to the positives. So the casting in this movie was fine. Like, the main actors did their job, they were fine. But the one that really stood out for me was John Galecki, or you may know him from The Big Bang Theory as Leonard. It was cool seeing him play as a different character, and also without the damn laugh track. Yeah. Shut up, I get it! The next thing I thought was pretty good was the pacing. Like, throughout the whole runtime of this movie, I only checked my time once. And considering this movie was a 2-hour movie, that's pretty good. Another thing that was pretty cool was the whole special secret society where they're trying to experiment on the whole Samara tape thing. But then at the same time, this whole special secret society thing doesn't make any sense whatsoever. First off, the whole thing is based inside a university, and secondly, how quick was this made? It just doesn't really make sense. Talking about weird and confusing things, let's talk about the ending. Okay, so with the ending, I kind of had an idea of where it was going, but it was still confusing at the same time. But I have to say, I watched this YouTube video from a channel called Found Flicks, which is a really good YouTube channel, and you should check it out. Especially if you're confused with the ending of this movie, or just any movie. Like, even if you knew what the ending was, just go and check out his videos. So overall, this movie has had some really good bits in it. It's just overall, there was a lot of flaws with this movie. So overall, I'm going to give this movie a 5.5. And I would confidently say this movie isn't a cinema-worthy movie. I would definitely say just wait for it to come out on DVD and just watch it at home. And yeah, I think that's it. Oh wait, I just had a really cool transition idea. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you folks in the next one.